You know, in the book of Revelation, the Apostle John has this vision of Jesus, but it's probably unlike any image you've ever seen before. It is intense, it's powerful, and it is just loaded with symbolism. So today, we're going to break down just one verse from that vision to really understand the incredible depth behind it.
We're looking at Revelation chapter 1, verse 15. It's a tiny piece of this epic vision of the risen Christ, but believe me, it is packed with meaning.
So here it is, his feet like fine brass, and his voice as the sound of many waters. I mean, just picture that for a second. Feet of burning metal and a voice like a roaring ocean. What on earth could that mean? Well, this isn't just some poetic flair. Nope, every single part of this description is intentional. It's drawing on some really deep biblical symbolism to paint this portrait of authority. All right, so let's dig in, starting with the feet.
Okay, first up, the feet. The vision says they're like bronze, as if they've literally been burned in a furnace.
And what's so cool is the specific Greek word used here for fine brass. It's hakolibanon. This is a really unique term. It's not just about the metal itself. It comes with these built-in ideas of strength, of purity, and of judgment that has been tested and proven by fire.
And then you have the phrase, burned in a furnace, which comes from the Greek word papyromenes. This describes something that has been heated so intensely that it's completely purified. All the junk, all the impurities, they're just gone. It's been perfected by the fire.
And you see this pattern all over the place in the Old Testament. Bronze is almost always connected to judgment. Think about it. You have the bronze serpent that Moses lifted up, and you have the great bronze altar in the tabernacle where the sacrifices for sin were burned. It's a metal that represents a kind of holiness that can actually withstand the refining fire of judgment.
So here's the crucial point, right? These aren't just strong feet. They are feet that have walked through the very furnace of God's judgment on the cross. They took that fire, absorbed it completely, and then emerged on the other side, victorious and pure. It's this incredible picture of a righteousness that has literally conquered death itself.
Okay, so now let's shift gears to the second part of the vision, which builds right on top of this idea, his voice as the sound of many waters. And this is just as powerful and specific.
The Greek phrase for this is haidaton polon. And let me tell you, it's not describing some gentle, babbling brook. No way. This is meant to evoke an overwhelming, unstoppable force of nature. We're talking about the roar of a massive waterfall or a thundering, stormy ocean.
I mean, a sound like that, it's just pure, absolute authority. It's majestic. It's uncontainable. It is a voice you can't argue with, you can't silence, you can't possibly ignore. It is the sound of ultimate sovereign power.
And hey, just like the bronze feet, this imagery has deep roots in the Old Testament. It's not a coincidence. The prophet Ezekiel, for instance, uses the exact same phrase to describe the voice of God, connecting it directly to his glory shining on the earth.
And it doesn't stop there. Psalm 29 does the same thing, tying the sound of many waters to the thundering, majestic voice of the Lord. So you can imagine, when John hears this sound, there is absolutely no doubt in his mind what or who he's hearing. It's the sound of God's own authority.
Now this is where it gets really cool, because these two images, the feet and the voice, they aren't as separate ideas. They're actually two sides of the same coin, and they perfectly explain each other.
So when you put it all together, you get this incredible picture. On one hand, you've got the feet of bronze, which represent a perfect righteousness, something tested and proven through judgment. And on the other hand, you've got the voice of many waters, the unstoppable, majestic proclamation of that righteousness.
You see, this isn't just about raw power for its own sake. It's about an authority that is earned. He has the right to speak with that unstoppable voice because he has already walked through the fire of judgment and come out the other side as the victor.
All right, so let's bring this all home. What's the big takeaway from this vision? What does this incredibly powerful portrait of Jesus actually mean for us?
Well, first, you've got those feet of refined bronze. They tell us that he stands on this foundation of perfect, unshakable righteousness, one that can't be moved, can't be corrupted, and can't be challenged. And second, that voice, that sound of many waters, it's a command you just can't ignore. It cannot be silenced. It's the final word, an authority that just overwhelms all opposition.
And what that all adds up to is this. His words carry the ultimate power. We're talking the power to give life, to raise the dead, and even to shake the heavens and the earth. It is the voice of both judgment and ultimate victory.
So this vision and revelation, it's not just some ancient, mystical image collecting dust. It's a really profound statement about the nature of true authority, one that was forged in fire and is proclaimed with unstoppable power. And that really leaves us with a question, right? What does it mean to trust a leader who stands on that kind of foundation and speaks with that kind of voice?